He wasn't the tallest or the flashiest, but Diogo Jota was a fighter. On the pitch, he gave everything. A quiet leader, a relentless attacker, and a man who always rose in the big moments. From a small town in Portugal to the roaring stands of Anfield, Diogo Jota carved his path through passion and hard work. He became one of Liverpool's most trusted forwards, scoring crucial goals and earning the love of fans across the world. But just as his story reached its peak, tragedy struck. At only 28 years old, Diogo's life was cut short in a devastating car accident. This is more than just a football tale. This is the story of Diogo Jota, a humble hero, a family man, and a star taken far too soon.
Diogo José Teixeira da Silva, known to the football world as Diogo Jota, was born on December 4, 1996, in the vibrant city of Porto, Portugal. But it wasn't the city lights that shaped him. It was the quieter neighborhood of Massarelos, where his journey truly began. From a young age, Jota showed something different. While other kids played for fun, Jota played with purpose. He was competitive, sharp, and always hungry to improve. At just 9 years old, he joined a small local club, Gondomar SC. There, his coaches immediately spotted his rare mix of football intelligence and aggressive playing style. He wasn't afraid of challenges, whether it was chasing down defenders or cutting inside to shoot. Young Jota played with the fire of someone who knew where he was going. He trained hard, listened carefully, and never stopped learning. By 2013, Diogo Jota's potential couldn't be ignored any longer. He moved to Paços de Ferreira's youth academy, stepping closer to professional football. And it didn't take long for him to make an impact. In less than a year, he broke into the first team, still a teenager, making his professional debut in Portugal's top flight. It was a bold leap, but Jota didn't just survive, he impressed. His speed, agility, and uncanny ability to find space between defenders made him stand out. He wasn't the most physically imposing forward, but he played smarter and faster than most around him. Scouts from across Europe took notice. His rise was fast, but it wasn't luck. It was years of dedication, shaped by the streets of Porto, the discipline of youth football, and the unshakable belief that he belonged on the biggest stage. This was just the beginning. Diogo Jota was on his way.
By 2016, Diogo Jota's rising star in Portugal couldn't go unnoticed any longer. He had caught the attention of European giants, and that summer, at just 19 years old, he made a major move that stunned many. He signed for Atletico Madrid, one of Spain's most elite clubs. It was a huge step, but also a moment of uncertainty. Rather than joining Diego Simeone's first team right away, Atletico chose to loan Jota back to FC Porto. While some saw this as a delay in his progress, Jota saw it as another chance to prove himself at the highest level in Portugal's top division, and he did just that. At Porto, he wasn't just filling space. He became a reliable attacker, scoring 9 goals in 37 appearances. He blended creativity with explosiveness, often starting out wide but drifting into goal-scoring positions with ease. His performances showed maturity beyond his years. But the real breakthrough came just a year later. In 2017, Jota was sent on another loan. This wasn't a setback. It was destiny in disguise. Wolves had just been taken over by ambitious new owners and were building a Portuguese revolution under manager Nuno Espírito Santo. alongside talents like Ruben Neves and João Moutinho, made the move permanent, signing Jota as a key piece of their Premier League project. Over the next 2 seasons, he didn't just survive England's top flight, he thrived in it. Hat-trick against Espanyol in 2020. At Molineux, he evolved from a promising youngster into outside of Portugal, under pressure, against elite competition, in a foreign league. His time at Wolves laid the foundation for the next big leap in his career.
In September 2020, Diogo Jota took the biggest step of his career. He signed with Liverpool FC, one of the most iconic and successful clubs in world football. The transfer fee? Around £45 million. It was a surprise to many. Some critics questioned the move. Was Jota ready for this level? Would he even break into a front three that already included Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, and Roberto Firmino? But Diogo Jota wasn't there to sit on the bench, and it didn't take him long to prove why Liverpool brought him in. In just his first season, he made a statement, loud and clear. One of his biggest early moments came in the Champions League against Atalanta. Not only did he start, he scored a hat-trick, tearing through the Italian defense with pace, control, and clinical finishing. It was a performance that silenced doubters and made fans believe. What made Jota so valuable to Jurgen Klopp's system wasn't just his goals. It was his relentless pressing, smart positioning, and his ability to play anywhere across the front line. He could operate as a central striker, a left winger, or even drop deeper to link up play. He brought chaos to defenders, and Klopp loved it. Over the next 5 seasons, Jota helped Liverpool lift multiple trophies. The FA Cup in 2022, where his sharp movement created key chances. The EFL Cup twice, 2022 and 2024, with crucial goals on the road to both finals. The Community Shield in 2022, adding more silverware to an already stacked cabinet. And, most importantly, the Premier League title in the 2024-25 season, ending a dominant campaign with Jota playing a major role in the attacking setup. Across all competitions, Diogo Jota played 182 matches for Liverpool and scored 65 goals, averaging nearly a goal every 3 games. But numbers only tell part of the story. He wasn't the biggest name on the team. He didn't make headlines with flashy tricks or wild celebrations. But he was the man Klopp turned to in big moments. The player who popped up with the opener when games were tight. The one who tracked back to win the ball only to sprint 60 yards and finish the move. He was smart. He was fearless. He was a fan favorite. He earned the respect of his teammates, the admiration of Liverpool fans, and the fear of defenders across Europe. He may not have been Liverpool's biggest star, but time and again, he was the difference maker.
In 2019, after years of rising through the club ranks, Diogo Jota earned the moment every footballer dreams of, his senior debut for the Portugal national team. It was a huge achievement, but also a massive challenge. He was entering a squad packed with world-class talent. Portugal was in the midst of a golden generation, with legends and rising stars side by side. Cristiano Ronaldo, the global icon. Bruno Fernandes, the midfield maestro. Bernardo Silva, the creative engine. And João Felix, the prodigy. But Jota wasn't intimidated. He wasn't just there to make up the numbers. He came to compete. And he delivered.
One of his most memorable moments came during Euro 2020, where he scored for Portugal on the biggest stage. His goal showed what he was all about: smart movement, quick decision-making, and ice-cold finishing. Even when surrounded by stars, Jota made his mark. But perhaps more important than any single goal was what he brought to the team. Jota added grit, urgency, and unpredictability to Portugal's front line. He wasn't flashy off the pitch. In fact, he rarely made headlines. But on the pitch, he was ruthless. His constant pressing, sharp runs, and fearless style of play gave Portugal something different, something dangerous. Whether starting or coming off the bench, he always gave everything. His contributions helped Portugal win the UEFA Nations League not once, but twice, in 2019 and again in 2025. He was part of the squad that made Portugal not just a respected team, but true contenders on the international stage.
Off the pitch, he was quiet, grounded, and above all, humble. While many kept his circle small and his values strong. At the heart of that life was Rute Cardoso, his longtime partner. They met during his early days, before the Premier League, before the Champions League goals, back when Jota was still grinding it out in the Portuguese second division. Rute was with him before the world knew his name. She saw the journey from day one, and she was by his side through every rise, every setback, and every victory. Together, they built a family. They had 3 children, and Jota cherished his role as a father. Whenever he wasn't training or traveling, he made time for his kids. For him, family came first, always. Away from football, Jota had another surprising passion: video games. Not just a casual player, he was seriously good. He loved FIFA and Football Manager, often sharing his gaming moments with fans. And in 2021, he even reached #1 in the world in FIFA Ultimate Team, a rare feat for someone also playing real football at the highest level. He didn't play just to relax, he played to compete, just like on the field. But despite all the fame, trophies, and goals, Diogo Jota stayed the same. He didn't care for the fast life, the parties, the limelight, or the headlines. He chose a simple, quiet lifestyle, built around loyalty, discipline, and love. He wasn't chasing attention, he was chasing purpose. He loved his family, he respected the game, and he never forgot where he came from. Jota lived like he played, with heart, focus, and humility. That's what made him more than just a great footballer. That's what made him a great human being.
On July 3, 2025, Diogo Jota and his brother André Silva were driving on the A52 motorway in Spain. While overtaking, their Lamborghini suffered a tire blowout, spun off the road, and burst into flames. Both brothers died instantly. Just days earlier, Jota had married Rute in a private ceremony. The football world was shocked. Jurgen Klopp said, "My heart is broken." Cristiano Ronaldo wrote, "This makes no sense. Just married, a father, a champion?" Fans around the world, especially in Liverpool and Portugal, held vigils, tributes, and shared their grief. The world had lost not just a footballer, but a father, a brother, a teammate, a hero. Diogo Jota's story was about perseverance. He wasn't born in a big academy or given fame easily. He earned it. Every sprint, every goal, every tackle, it was all from the heart. He inspired the next generation of Portuguese footballers. At Liverpool, he became a symbol of hard work over hype. To fans, he was real, one of them. He leaves behind a loving wife and kids, a club that adored him, a nation that will never forget him. Diogo Jota
died young, but he lived like a champion. Rest in peace, Diogo Jota, 1996-2025, forever in our hearts.